Hey, welcome back to Peaks Polls, and I want to do a different type of episode today. This one's going to be kind of focused on my short time back in the hobby and kind of my philosophy. I've already done my introduction and stuff like that. Done some pack openings, of course, as you've seen. Got a mail day. I'm pretty sure I got some more coming on the way. And yeah, I just want to talk about my actual approach to this hobby. Like I said, still pretty new, still learning. Still making tons of mistakes. I've already made a ton of mistakes already entering back into the hobby. But I'm starting to make the kind of, I guess, my rules in collecting and selling for football and basketball. Mostly collecting, less so selling right now. And then also what I keep versus what I decide I want to move, and how I create the budget, and what does actual success look like over here for me and for the channel. So if you're new to the hobby, or if you've been in it for a while, first, help me. Hopefully I can help out some of the more newer people on getting some of that long-term sustaining practices and enjoy it more without going broke or, you know, reaching that burnout. So I saw this video from that guy Teapot. He's on Sports Card Investor, and he's on a couple of YouTube channels like that. His real name escapes me. I just remember him for his nickname Teapot. Sorry, dude, if you ever watch this. Doubt you will, but if so, hey, what's up? Like, comment, subscribe, giveaway. But anyway, rule number one, because he said it's smart to make some rules, but my first rule is stay a collector first and a seller, dealer, whatever, second. Not that I'm a dealer anywhere near it, right? But I have sold some, so seller second. I definitely consider myself a hybrid, I guess, because I have sold. But definitely focusing on building my collection first is kind of where I am. But I sell cards kind of more so just kind of to help out. One, I want to do something with my family with whatever I get. You know, they kind of are along for the ride with me as well, and it might as well benefit them. And two, I want to put it back into my collection. And grow it. But ripping packs is fun, and building some sets is pretty meaningful. Like, as you've seen, I've got that Derrick Rose Rainbow, and I'm really enjoying it. But let me show you the first thing that I got that kind of sparks this whole thing. So back when I was a kid, my dad, he got me a 12 card set of some Michael Jordan throughout the years cards, and it was called, let me see, what is this thing called? A Legend is Born set. It's a really cool upper deck set that's got from 1985 all the way through to, what's that last one? That last one is 1997. And it's not an actual auto, but, you know, it's got a little printed version of his autograph on there, and it's got different pictures of him throughout the years. Really cool, right? I love the set, and I don't know why, but it crossed my mind about it. I was thinking about it, and I was like, hey, Pops, you know where the thing is? And he's like, oh, you got it. Had to go digging for it, and I found it. Thank God. I found it. And, yeah, that's kind of like what got me sparked back into the hobby. And looking at something like that and wanting to get some more things and wanting to figure out, okay, I enjoy that. What else do I enjoy? That's kind of how I shaped my vision of success as well in this hobby. It's not necessarily hitting that gigantic card. Don't get me wrong, dude, that feels amazing. I mean, brother and sisters, when I hit this guy from a fat pack and I didn't know what it was, then I looked it up and I found out what it was, bro, I was like, oh my gosh, I was over the moon. You know, I was super excited. That feeling is great. But besides just getting that one viral pull or something like that everyone's hyped about, I think some long-term sustainability and some long-term goals to go for, that's kind of been something I'm really enjoying. Like I said, this Derrick Rose, let me pull it over here real quick. I mean, just a couple of them. I'm loving chasing my guy. I got his phases. I got a different color. You know, it's so cool to finally, you know, one, you find it over there out in the wild, or whether you're looking on eBay or something like that. And when you find it, you get it, and you're able to put them all next to each other. Man, it's really cool to look at and to kind of admire and enjoy. But the process is something to enjoy, not to the detriment of your finances, right? Be smart, make a budget. I've determined a budget right now. I'm kind of trying to stick to around $300 or less a month that I'm spending straight on ripping. And if there's any holdover there, then I use that to kind of push into my singles pickups for flipping. And the singles pickup, that kind of build some more supplemental funds to be able to use back into the hobby, right? So I had my amount I started off for the singles flipping, and now I'm growing that and growing that and growing that. But 300 on rotation as far as what boxes, packs, whatever it is that I'm gonna rip over here on channel and move from there. So rule number 2, collecting with intention and direction. That's another thing. So the biggest lesson I learned is you kind of got to figure out what you're looking for. And it took me a while to kind of figure it out, bro. I was buying all kinds of stuff. I put a lot of stuff into stuff like, a lot of finances into stuff like Score. Nothing wrong with that. I actually had some really cool hits off that. But for me now, it's not really for me anymore. I don't know. I really like the chromium feel, the thicker, the thicker stock cards and stuff like that. And just the nicer cards. I call me crazy. I like the things to be a little bit nicer. So not so much of my funds are getting focused onto more of those things. Besides, you just saw a video where I did the Topps flagship. Again, one of those value cards. But I got burnt by the Topps, Chrome NBA this year. And it's going to take me a little bit to really consider going back to that. But another part of the intention and the direction is, hey, what do you enjoy? For me, it's the Chicago teams. I like the Bears the most. There's my team right there, right? And then next to that is the Bulls. I am super into my favorite kind of player right now is Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose, I watched him when he was a rookie, in 2008, 2009? And he took the championship Celtics to Game 7 in the first round of the Eastern Conference. That was peak for me, man. I loved it. And then when he had his MVP campaign, man, Derrick Rose is my guy. I love watching him. I love watching highlights of him. I love getting, collections of him. Then next is Brian Urlacher. That was my kind of introduction into football. I played with the number 54 as a middle linebacker, and someone said, hey, you look like a little Brian Urlacher. This is back in middle school, right? And I was like, oh, dude, that's a crazy name. First off, let me look up who that is. Looked him up. Fell in love with Brian Urlacher and the Chicago Bears from that moment, and that's now my team. That is my guy. I super enjoy Caleb Williams this year. He has been giving us nothing but excitement throughout the whole season. Caleb Williams, number 2 right now. I love watching him play. And, of course, I love Rome Odunze. And Colston Loveland's another great player that I enjoy as well. But I like to stay within the football and the basketball realm, kind of controlled environment right there, right? Now, that's not to say that I don't go into other realms, right? So I do have a couple baseball cards because, I don't know, I had them, and I picked up a couple over there in, value bins and stuff like that. Oh, dude, I found, a orange Shohei Ohtani in a 50-cent bin, and I was like, okay, yeah, let me get that, right? Shohei's a big name. Let me see if I can find something out about this. And things I like to enjoy with my family, I love to open up we do the Topps Disney Wonder and the Topps Disney Chrome. Those are super fun that I like to do with my wife, right? We enjoy those. And they're characters that we recognize. My daughter jumps in and watches them, and she's like, oh, the cards, they look cool, right? And other ones are the Marvel. That's more for me, though. I do it with the family, but I'll be honest. I'm not a huge comic book nerd, but I enjoy the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that was a lot of fun to open. And Pokemon cards with my son Dario. I know that's a rage right now going on. Pokemon and TCG, and me and him, we enjoy opening up Pokemon. My wife enjoys that too because she likes to organize. Her part of the hobby, I think, is organizing the cards more so than actually opening them up and collecting them and stuff like that. So she actually organizes his collection for him of Pokemon and different books and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a family affair that we all get to enjoy. But like I said, biggest project that I got long term right now is that Derrick Rose. I have 17 parallels, and I just want to get as many as I can. I got to start looking for the serious ones, the lower numbers like 25 and under, stuff like that. And I got my eyes on some, but I'm getting ready to leave, so for a 2-week long trip, so it's not going to be too easy to kind of keep up with that until I come back, right? And there's another goal that there's a huge card I would love to get. And I got to find a way to rack up the money from in the hobby to do it, or really consider how I want to target this thing, or just find a great deal. And that is the Caleb Williams rookie card downtown. Just, the same version of that Jaden Daniels I got, but instead of him, Caleb Williams. That's my guy. And I think the downtowns are super fun. And I would love to get my hands on one of those. Rome Odunze would be great. Dick Butkus would be great. I understand I think there's a Devin Hester. That'd be awesome. Uptown or something like that. Yeah, super fun cards. But for sure, that Caleb Williams is a big-time goal of mine. Another rule is sell things and gift things that aren't my PC, right? If it's a PC, brother, I'm gonna keep it. Brothers, sisters, that thing's going in the book, or I'm gonna go ahead and slab it up and put it in my slab collection. It's real small right now, I only got 3, but I'm working to get some more, right? And if it's a massive card, I'm probably gonna have to sell it. I would love to gift it. If I can't gift it, dude, any supporter, any person that like I'm linked in with or something like that, I'm gonna give you guys an outstanding deal, right? Better than what market is or something like that. But yeah, yeah, that's kind of my philosophy on that one. Again, the money goes straight back into the hobby, and a lot of times, whatever I do get, it's gonna get me some boxes that I open up, and there's gonna be some more gifts that I'm gonna give out back into this card community. I don't remember who said card community. I think it was Mean Dean. Mean Dean, what a stud. Mean Dean said the card community, and I like that. I'm gonna keep that. I don't know if you got copyright on that, but I'm using it. So let me know if I gotta pay you the royalties, bud. So we went over certain things, and that kind of leads up to my rule number 4, which is have a controlled risk with a plan and a budget. I now have that. I have a strategy, and I've had a budget. I've not been completely compliant with it, right? But I do have a budget, and now the plan is I'm gonna open my favorite products weekly. That's why I'm doing videos like this now, less so rips and stuff like that, more something sustainable until I build up another inventory to stuff like that to kind of support the hobby as well, and do reviews on these products, especially when something new comes out. Too many times I've been putting out videos of older value-centric products that I know a lot of people probably know too much about it anyway, and they've seen too much of it being ripped, so they're probably not too involved in it. So to y'all that watch those, thanks, I appreciate it. You're truly here probably because you just kind of want to reinvest into the card community. Mean Dean. But yep, stick with the budget as much as possible, and then the singles, that's kind of more the market I get into to kind of move, right? I'll go into my card shops, I look for some great deals, and I will move some of those singles that I pick up, and I kind of have like a bottom line price that I'm going with there for being able to move that piece and sell that piece. Speaking of the singles, I've got some of them right here. I'd love to show you guys. I've had this one for a while, and it's been posted for a while, and it's an older player, but it's a 9.5. What is this? SGC of my guy Patrick Ewing on the red Mosaic Hall of Fame. Super cool. It's on the eBay store right now. And a couple of other ones I've got a Stephen Curry. This is a numbered anti-gravity out of 99. We got this Jason Tatum Potator 175 winter stays, and I got a couple more, right? Some horizontals of the Topps Chrome. I've got I think this is one of those case hits for the rookie card of Wembanyama. There's a bunch on there. There's basketball, there's football, and yeah, that's some of the singles that like I've bought into or ripped, and I want to kind of move that way. So check it out on the eBay store. If you're interested, talk to me, and if you're a supporter, I promise you, I'm gonna give you a good deal. One thing that when it comes to the singles and like, you know, talking about the risk and stuff like that, I'm not too keen on speculating like rookies and things like that. I haven't been, at least. So unless it's like such a sure thing or something like that, which I don't think there ever anything is, you know, it's probably not going to be something that I do. I guess I am speculating right now on Cooper Flag. I have a bunch of Cooper Flags, and I am turning those in for grading right now. Or I have some that I just opened up that I will have in there for grading. So I guess that's kind of my trial on speculation. But I'm still learning that side of the market, and it's not something that I'm really actively attacking, if that makes sense. And as far as ripping is concerned, right now, that's entertainment purposes only. I did kind of start trying to get an ROI off of rips because I went about it the wrong way. I hit that big card, my first fat pack that I bought, and I was like, oh, dude, this is easy. Why isn't everyone making money this way? Well, young, naive me, that is the only case hit. I'm sorry, that's the first of the 2 case hits I've had from ripping. And man, I kind of wish I would have trickled into that instead of just boom, there it is, go. And I'm chasing that high for like the rest of the time. So ripping is for entertainment value and kind of to give back to the community now, more so than investing into further funds for the hobby. Another one is don't force things that you don't really enjoy. That's rule number 5. And what I mean with that is probably the controversial topic of breaks. Breaks can be fun, but too many times I got frustrated. I was frustrated with breaks. I never got the team I wanted, and then if I decided not to pull the trigger on something, that's when the team I wanted would have a hit, and I would just get frustrated. So breaks are part of the hobby and the community that I know are there now, and it's gonna be there. I'm still trying to figure out my philosophy on that. I think it's predatory. I think breaks are kind of predatory, and the people that are in it, I don't think it's necessarily inherently a bad thing. It could be used as a good thing. It could be used to give some more accessibility to some of those bigger cards for, people who don't have the funds to go buy a $700 hobby box or something like that, right? But I find them disingenuous, I guess. That's just my experience. That's just me personally. But yeah, they got a place. I guess I got to figure out a way that you can do that safely and more. I don't know. I can't think of the words right now, but there's a way to improve it for sure. And another part of the hobby is grading. Use grading as a tool. That's kind of my rule number 6, right? Grading is something that can kind of skew the values as well, but it is useful. Meaning, like, dude, I'm gonna preserve these cards, in this little plastic case, and it's something that I'm gonna hold on to. And it also kind of helps to give a value to maybe a card you do not know what the value is. If I had no clue what the downtown was valued at, well, PSA is going to tell me. PSA is going to tell me their estimated value, and then I can see in real time what the market says that the value of that card is. So, I enjoy graded cards, but I do think that the skew from a 10 to a 9 and things like that, and then also like an 8 to a 9, it's nuts. I think it's nuts that because you've got a 10 over a 9, that's gonna double to sometimes triple the value of a card, and it's very minute details as to why it got graded a 10 over a 9. And on top of that, it's subjective. It's completely subjective. There's a human factor there. I got an 8 on that downtown, and I was super disappointed when I should have been kind of celebrating the fact that, one, I even had the card, right? And near mint, that still means something, right? It's not a piece of crap card, it's a decent card, but it just has an 8 onto it instead of a 10, and I got frustrated with that, and I don't think I should, and I don't think anybody should. So, my rule kind of on grading, separately from the rule of use grading as a tool, is graded cards for my PC and for the big cards that I want to move to kind of like help identify the value of that card more so than just amplify the value, right? It's not perfect, but it is part of the modern hobby and something that I plan to try to use wisely within my part of the hobby. Another thing is sell where you're comfortable. And right now for me, that's eBay and on the Facebook Marketplace. Honestly, I have a repeat customer on the Facebook Marketplace. Super great guy, super nice guy. And now I'm getting to the point where wherever I see his guy's LeBron James, wherever I see a decent LeBron James for a great price, I'm going to try to do the same thing for him. I'm going to pick it up, get it to him for a great price as well. There's a margin there for me. And right now it's been working for me and for him. And I'm going to keep, reciprocating that for him. And I throw in every once in a while, dude, I'll throw in, a nice little parallel of Bronny or of LeBron if I got it for him to use, to be like, hey man, thanks for coming back. But besides that, eBay is the other tool I use. It's super easy. I post it and forget about it and I go. I'll send offers to people on things that sit, and I don't like to hit the promote it button because I don't like eBay taking a cut of my stuff, but if I need to, I guess I will. And I did try on Whatnot, but Whatnot, it was hard for me to get a good grasp on. And to be honest, my first Whatnot sale, I sold one card and I got a loss anyway between the shipping for givvies and stuff like that. And I gotta completely re-engage that. Whatnot doesn't seem so useful for selling unless it's big cards, and more so for breaking now. That's what I'm noticing. I know people do find success in Whatnot and selling, But I did not, and I got to kind of make a new strategy to make sure I attack that right. Maybe it was my inventory. I don't know. I got to figure it out. But so I'm going to recap just kind of like the long-term goals and stuff like that. I already talked about my rules. Long-term goal, stay within my rules. Obey my rules, right? I got them there for a purpose. I've built this philosophy. Now I got to stick by it. But, of course, my long-term collection goals. I want that Caleb Williams downtown. I don't care if it's PSA graded or not. I just want to get some hands on one and I want to hold it. Another one is extend. I have here saying completed. I don't know if there's a completion. I mean, there is, but I don't know if I'll achieve completion. It's more so extend that Derrick Rose rainbow. That's my guy, and I want to get as many parallels of him as I can. But those goals are kind of set to kind of keep me from chasing every shiny, colorful card that I come across and help me to stay focused. Because let's face it, there's some beautiful cards out there, and there's too many for any one man to capture, right? Just like all the Pokemon now, right? But now I kind of want to, I want to hear from you guys, and girls. Do you guys consider yourself collectors or sellers more so? I have a feeling the members of my card community, we're all collectors, and we also like to invest in each other. That's one thing I'm seeing, and that's one thing that I'm drawn to with all of you. EB Dog Pound, Rick, my guy Rick, over at Grandfather Cards, Cardiac Gramps, What the Pack, Tyler's Ripperama, Crack Pack Daddy. There's so many of you, dude. Panther Breaks, Mean Dean. I could go on forever talking about you guys. Just a rip. I might, but I'm going to stop now because this video will be too long. But I truly am drawn to you guys because I see how well you guys care for each other and reinvest your hobby back into your hobby and back into each other. So, yeah, I have a feeling I know the answer to that one. But also, do you prefer to more so buy those rips or to buy those singles? I see a lot of rips, but I'm sure a lot of you guys jump into some more of those singles as well. Scary Terry, shout out to you too. Sorry, more. Man, they're just popping in my mind, so I'm just gonna say them as they show up. Senior, junior rips, righteous rips. Anyway, I'm sorry. Keep going. But also, do you guys have rules? Do you guys set rules up for yourself to kind of keep yourself disciplined within the hobby and kind of focused? Do you share in my view of success? Do you guys have different ways to view the success that comes with the hobby? Let me know. Dude, fire back a response video to this if you want. Talk about your philosophy in the hobby. Drop it in the comments. Dude, I look at everything that y'all do. I try to read and respond to everything that shows up. And if you found this video insightful or helpful or just I'm sure the entertainment factor is probably not involved in this one. But if you saw that it's a resource, dude, hit that like, subscribe. And I will be putting out something like this, I'm hoping every week, where it's either going to be me talking about further philosophies in the hobbies and findings or more current events and stuff like that. Also, there's going to be a new series coming up called A Case for Collecting. And I'm super looking forward to that, and I bet you guys could guess who the first athlete I will be featuring on that one is. Also, drop that in the comments. Drop your guess in the comments. I'll let you know if you're right. But thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, join that climb, my friends.